Today, I'm going to show you how to take your mouthpiece that you put on your animal the other day and turn this into a flute. All you're going to need is some water and your fettling knife and a little square of paper, just a little square like this. And from there, we can take what we need and make this thing whistle. So the first step is to make sure that you've got your mouthpiece in the right place. And you can see there's a straight line that goes right across where the mouthpiece is and across the body of the animal, perpendicular to the animal's body. Once you've got that part done, we're going to lay the square on the animal sculpture, and we want to place it so that it lines up with right where you attached your mouthpiece. So right on this line, that's where I attached my mouthpiece before. So I'm going to put the square right behind that line and just try to get it in the right position here in the middle of my mouthpiece. So right there is where I want it. And then I'm going to trace around the square like this. And then I'm going to make the square one more time right behind that square and trace it a second time like that. And then you can move the square out of the way. So the first cut is I'm going to cut the first square out, the first one that I drew. So I'm going to cut it right on the edges like this. And then I usually just put the knife into that square and just try to carefully wiggle it out. And now sometimes it comes out and sometimes it doesn't. So you can see this time it's not coming out, so that's okay. All I have to do is push that square back in to the animal and just push it out of the way. So I've got a nice open hole. That's the shape of that square. I can blow into the hole and just make sure that air is going into the body of the animal. And that sounds like it should. So now I have the first hole. Now I'm going to take the knife and I'm going to hold it parallel to the top of my mouthpiece. So I'm putting it in about in the middle, and I'm holding it parallel, and I'm going to push that all the way through until it touches the back wall. That's this part right here. I'm going to wiggle it from side to side just a little bit and make a scratch on the back wall. And then I'm going to carefully pull that back out. And then I'm going to look in the hole. And I want to cut from the back line of this square down to that line on the back wall and make what we call the ramp. So this is the top of the ramp right here. It's just sloping down to the hole. Then I'm going to put the knife under the ramp and make sure there's nothing underneath it. So it has a nice sharp edge. So there's a big chunk of clay under the ramp. Now that's gone. So now I have the edge of the ramp is sharp. And then I'm going to carefully put the knife back in one more time and make sure that it's aiming right at the ramp. So it looks a little high, so I'll show you a little trick. If you push here with your thumb, you can lower the blade of the knife down to match the ramp like that. So now it's going straight at it. So I'm just going back and forth, side to side to clear out that little passageway so that the air will go directly to the edge of the ramp. So now I'm going to try to see if it will make a whistle. And it works. So the most important thing is to get your mouthpiece on in the right way to the body, perpendicular. Attach that the day before you do the cuts that I just made. And then you take the little paper square, I'll have those already cut for you, and you lay it on the back of this line right where your mouthpiece was attached. Cut out the square. Put the blade through the mouthpiece, keeping it parallel to the top. Slide it all the way through until it touches the back wall, and then go side to side and make a mark. And then you're going to slide the knife this way down to that line, that mark that you just made. And that makes the top of the ramp. And then you're going to slide your knife under the ramp like this and clear out any clay that's under the ramp. And if everything is lined up, it should whistle. And then you've got it.